You want it?
Here I come.
Does nudity automatically lead to higher levels of fame? The answer is complicated, and Alexandra Daddario knows it better than anyone else. Despite having already had some minor roles in films and television shows in the early 2000s, the real breakthrough for Alexandra Daddario came when she was chosen for the 2010 film adaptation of Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Unfortunately, both the film and its 2013 sequel, Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters, were criticized for their resemblance to the Harry Potter films, while not being as engaging. In addition to sharing director Chris Columbus, both films feature a trio of teenagers, 2 boys and a girl, who discover magic and alternate worlds. In an interview with InStyle in 2023, Daddario revealed that despite having achieved huge success with a franchise, she was not ready to rest on her laurels. She said, "I'm very, very proud of what I've accomplished, and I'm grateful, but it's a ladder." It wasn't long before Daddario began to diversify her resume from teen fantasy, appearing in horror films like Malevolence 2, Bereavement, and Texas Chainsaw. She even made a guest appearance on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on FX, a role for which she drove 4 hours at night from Las Vegas to Los Angeles to audition, as a self-proclaimed fan of the show. In 2013, Daddario was announced as part of the cast of HBO's new anthology series, True Detective. The season's cast included established actors such as Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson, and Michelle Monaghan. Despite Daddario having already worked with top-level actors, she felt some pressure when joining the HBO series. In an interview with Esquire, she said, "I always have a bit of apprehension before starting a project because I want to do well. You want to do a great job and impress people." However, she tried to keep expectations realistic. During the filming of the first season, Daddario wasn't certain of the reception the show would get, let alone if it would go down in television history as one of the best seasons ever. Therefore, she approached the role like any other job. She didn't become friends with anyone from the cast, as she didn't spend much time on set due to her limited role. Fortunately, this did not affect her overall experience, as she explained to Esquire. "Dining with someone you've admired your whole life is a very memorable experience." Daddario's character in True Detective is pivotal to the downfall of Woody Harrelson's character. However, many fans remember her performance for a less sophisticated reason. In episode 2, Harrelson's Marty Hart visits Lisa's house and the two have sex, altering Hart's image as a family man with rigid moral principles. In this scene, Daddario seductively undresses for a handcuffed Hart.
You want this? Yeah? You want it?
Despite the explicitness of the scene, Daddario felt it was justified in the context of the story. She was primarily pleased to play a role so different from any other. She also thanked her scene partner, Woody Harrelson, for making her feel comfortable in moments she described as stressful. As expected, the scene drew a lot of attention on the internet, which Daddario found flattering, but actively tries to ignore. Recalling a phone call with her manager the day after her episode aired, she recounted, "I was sitting on my boyfriend's couch when she called me the morning after the episode aired and said, 'The phone won't stop ringing.' And suddenly, everyone in town wanted to meet me." She particularly attributed her work on True Detective to creating a significant increase in opportunities offered in Hollywood, and found herself auditioning for films intended for an adult audience. In fact, a few weeks after her daring appearance on True Detective, she was cast as one of the leads in the 2015 action film San Andreas, with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
We're not high enough. Get down! Get down! Take cover!
Despite feeling distant from the Season 1 cast of True Detective, she spoke very positively about working with The Rock, and The Rock had the same thoughts about her. The two worked together again shortly after their first collaboration.
I know. I'm so sorry. We're heading out tomorrow.
No, I get it. This one's really bad, Dad.
This second collaboration took place in 2017 with Baywatch, a film adaptation of the iconic television series. In the film, Daddario plays Summer Quinn, a role originally played by Nicole Eggert in the TV series. True to the nature of the Baywatch project, this role did not stray far from Daddario's previous experience, where she drew a lot of attention to her body, albeit for different reasons. Although the film, rated R, did not feature any nudity from the actress, Daddario had to work hard to maintain an athletic physique for the movie. Speaking to Women's Health magazine about her preparation for Baywatch, Daddario said, "I started weight training, which I had never done before, and I saw a big difference. It was quite amazing, the transformation I went through." Despite the success Daddario had with True Detective, Baywatch did not receive the same favor, proving to be a critical failure and a commercial disappointment.
Do you just look at my boobs?
I was not my intention. I didn't stare directly at them.
You're looking at them right now.
Now it.
This was not the only subsequent project that required Daddario to show off her body. In 2017, she starred alongside Kate Upton in The Layover, a movie in which they play roommates competing for the attention of a charming man after their vacation flight was diverted due to a hurricane. At the time, Daddario spoke positively about the women-centric plot of the movie, and was also getting used to being considered sexy. Years later, Daddario reflected on that period of her career, and wondered if her selection of projects had perhaps led her astray. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, Daddario began to feel as if her career had hit a dead end, and she was dissatisfied with the projects being offered to her, including Can You Keep a Secret?
Expected turbulence.
All right, cheers.
Cheers!
Overall, it wasn't until 2020 that it regained the attention of film critics. Lost Girls and Love Hotels highlights Daddario in the lead role as Margaret, an American teacher living in Tokyo and embarking on a relationship with a Yakuza member. This role sees Daddario appearing naked for the first time since she became famous for her scene in True Detective. The film received mixed reviews, with some critics criticizing its meaningless plot and others praising its dark tone. However, some reviewers have praised Daddario's performance, with Filmhounds writing, "She probably delivers her best performance to date. It's only thanks to her that the film barely manages to work." Despite Lost Girls and Love Hotels still exploiting Daddario's appearance and willingness to appear naked for the plot, it marked the beginning of a shift she had not experienced since True Detective, where this time the focus was more on her acting than her body. While Daddario had the impression that her career was stalling after Baywatch, the entire entertainment industry was paralyzed by the COVID-19 pandemic, which disrupted productions around the world. Daddario took advantage of this opportunity to connect with her audience, starting to post vlogs on YouTube featuring herself, her roommates, and their activities during quarantine. Despite the media attention on her body stemming from some of these videos, Daddario seemed aware of the game, playfully mocking people's obsession with her appearance on several occasions. In a video where she rifles through her wardrobe, Daddario jokingly hinted at her past in True Detective.
All I know is I
see
want it not.
what you're Googling.
It might want me, but not you.
After several years of attempting to replicate her success with True Detective in film, Daddario joined another anthology series on HBO in 2021, The White Lotus. This series focuses on the various employees and guests at an imaginary resort and their intertwined stories. In the first season, Daddario plays Rachel, a newlywed on her honeymoon who begins to doubt whether marrying Jake Lacey's character, an unbearably rude individual, was a good idea. The first season was a huge critical success and received numerous Emmy nominations. Daddario was nominated for Best Supporting Actress in a limited or anthology series, but lost to co-star Jennifer Coolidge. In general, fans have responded positively to Daddario's performance as Rachel, a character certainly more nuanced and recognizable than her role in True Detective. With critical acclaim and an Emmy nomination, Daddario's future was completely in her hands. Despite Alexandra speaking positively about her experience of nude acting in True Detective, in recent years, there has been an awakening on how such scenes are handled in Hollywood. She suggested the importance of intimacy coordinators, who were officially recognized in renegotiated SAG-AFTRA contracts following the 2023 strikes. As Daddario admitted to in Style, she is totally in favor of the changes, saying, "I think it was high time these things had to happen. And even though some people think it's kind of an overcorrection, I think it's much better than doing nothing about it." In recent years, Alexandra Daddario has transformed from an often overlooked actress known for stripping down for HBO, to one of the most promising and talented television stars in the current media landscape. Although her success is always partially attributed to the attention received from True Detective, it's clear that Daddario is proud to be recognized for her hard work and commitment to projects, rather than her appearance without clothes. This is evident in her most recent television venture, where she stars in the AMC adaptation of Anne Rice's Mayfair Witches. Taking on the role of Dr. Rowan Fielding, a woman who discovers her connection to a dynasty of witches, has been one of the biggest challenges Daddario has ever faced. Considering her experience in adapting books for the screen with the Percy Jackson films, her innate ability to capture the audience's attention in True Detective, and her skills in connecting with the audience in The White Lotus and Mayfair Witches, seems like the perfect combination of everything she has worked towards. The question now is, why did it take so long? Do you think she deserves a more important role? In which film or TV series would you see her fitting well as the main actress? Write it in a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.